What's up? What's up? We live, carnal?
We are live.
We live, Rose?
Oh, yeah.
What's cracking, lacking, Raza? What's cracking, lacking? You know how we get down like James Brown right here up in the studio. We came in a little early. Dispensa, we usually go at 7. But today, you know what? We're going to try to beat those fireworks on me because we're down the street from Disneyland, you know? Hey, what's up, bros? How's everything?
It's been good, busy weekend.
Yes, we brought back Rose. She just paroled from Chowchilla. She came out all mafiosa, homie, with the shank in her hand, homies. Like, what's up? She pulled up to my cantona. Where you been at, ese? You know? Be like, what's up, homie? You got any features, lazy?
Oh, yeah.
I had a homeboy that pulled up to the pad one time. He's all like, right there at the homeboy's pad, he had just paroled, and they used to call me lazy, right? And my homeboy was crazy, rest in peace. And he pulls up, what's up, lazy? You got any features, homie, or what? Like, damn, dog. Yeah, I'll help you out, homie. I had to, because he looked out for me when I was in prison, you know? But anyways, I hope you guys are having a good evening. It's Tuesday, the 4th, I think, the 24th, and we're here live at the studio. What's up, Alfred? How you doing, carnal?
Rock and rolling, bro. Rock and rolling. Just keeping up with what's going on out there in the streets, man. It's out of control, bro. It's wild. It's a good one, man.
Yes,
God is good, bro.
It is, homie. But we can't let that shake our foundation. We should be good, you know what I mean? We should keep on pushing, you know, and I just gets me frustrated at times, you know. And it's a funny thing because since you're speaking on that, I came back over the border the other day, and the Border Patrol, Homeland Security asked me, how do you feel about what's taking place right there in your area in LA? And I said, well, you know, if you believe it, and if you don't. And he's all like, what? I'm like that. But I didn't say the bad word, said F you. You know, I just said, you know, I just disagree with what's taking place. I know that, you know, deportation part, I get it. I truly get it. I understand it, you know. But I disagree with how they're going about it, you know. I totally disagree. And you know, you cause chaos, you cause confusion, you caused destruction into the neighborhoods, into the communities, you know, because I was, as you know, Alfred and Rose, I was a hardcore ex-convict. I was an active gang member, and when they came for me, they came suited and booted, homie. They came with everything, dog. The Mini 14s, the AR-15s, and they came in, looking for me because I was doing destruction. But if and indeed they're coming looking for me, you know, they had all right reasons to do it. And at the same time, the community knew that they were going after a criminal. Now they're doing the same thing with now no identification, unmarked cars, and they're going for Tencha that's selling the tamales. They're going for Juan that's selling the flowers. Like, you know, like if they were hardcore felons like me. And in reality, Holmes, being illegal here, it's a misdemeanor, homie. It's not even a felony, Holmes, you know. After a while, it turns into a felony. I think 3 times it turns into a felony. But, you know, if you go after those individuals like that, like the way they used to come and get me, then there's an issue, Holmes, you know, because they're coming after the skin color, you know. They ain't coming after the convict like that, or, you know, they're going after the skin color. So you terrorize neighborhoods. Now, if you have an issue with that, I mean, if you don't have an issue with that, then there's something really wrong with you, you know? And,
so true.
You know, it's just sad what's taking place. I know I don't want to get into it because everybody's going to be like, oh, you know, they should have come out the legal way, you know, and it's just frustrating. But right now, I'm mostly frustrated with the individuals that are not speaking about it, you know what I mean? I'm kind of frustrated about it. But, hey, it's okay. It's your prerogative. If you feel that you don't want to speak on it on your behalf, on your podcast or your platform, then hey, if you think you're going to lose followers, I lost followers, you know, but I really don't care, homie, you know. I really don't trip. I could care less, homie. You know, because between the follower and saying what is right, I'd rather do and say what is right than to have the follower. Because if the follower is just following me just because he likes to hear what he wants to hear, then, you know, when it comes down to it, homie, I'm going to say the truth, dog. Hey, Holmes, you know, it's wrong was taking place, Holmes, you know. And right away, what people will say, wow, I vote for Trump, Latinos for Trump. It doesn't matter who you voted for, bro. Both of them were wrong, you know. What did homeboy say? Pick your poison. You know, both of them are descarados, you know, both parties. Let's just keep it real, you know. All the promises that the Democrats made and they didn't come through, you know. All these years, you know, and it's hard becoming a citizen, you know. But right away, people want to tell me this or say this and, you know, or talk smack. And, oh, man, you know, I ain't got time for that. You know, call me up. If you want to say something, if you feel like you have your little pito hairs coming out of your chest like that, and call me up, homie. There's my number, homie. I ain't got time to be dealing with that nonsense. I was going back and forth, texting on the phone, you know. And I'm blessed. But it is what it is. If I were to see ice and people getting gaffled up, I will speak on it, dog, you know. And I'll be out there, and especially if he's raza, you know, like, ole. You know, I can't say it over the camera, but che vendido, homie, stop being a sellout, fool, you know. But I look out for my people as much as I can. I have been. I've been looking out, helping out people, you know. If you see somebody like a cardboard lady, cardboard man, help them load up the thing de volada, homie. If you see the vato, the gardener, hey, homie, carnalito owns trucha. I just read that they're over here. Just be careful, homie, you know. You ain't got to go do all the things that I do, you know, just a little heart. That's it, dog. It goes a long way, homie, you know? Right, Rose?
It's true, you know. There was this homeless people at the liquor store, you know. It's a mom and a little girl. They were hungry. I went in there and got them something to eat, you know. It's like, I felt bad for them. It just breaks my heart to see everything what's going on, you know, with our race and that.
Yeah. Liz Delgado said on Facebook, I voted for Trump and I don't have any regrets. I made my choice. Yeah.
Everybody makes their choices.
You have all rights to vote for whoever you want. Both parties are wrong, homie, you know? So it doesn't matter who you voted for. There's still going to be destruction. However you put it, there's going to be destruction. You know, I just disagree on the way he's going about it. AR-15 unmarked cars, masked up and pulling up. And did you see the one, Alfred, the man in Santana right here down the street where they beat him up?
Yeah.
They beat that fool up, dog.
Mm-hmm.
And he has 3 kids in the Marines active, you know? And how do you explain that, Holmes? How does the kids receive that if the dad is working day and night to make a living to get them going in life? And you know, I disagree the way he's handling it, you know. It's gacho, you know. But if you're for it, if you're for what's taking place, then there's really something wrong with your noggin, homie. There's something wrong with your head. Because terrorizing people like that with an AR-15, pulling up to the Cantona, breaking windows, dragging people, and, you know, Obama did it. He was a Democrat, but he didn't do it like that, you know?
No.
He went about it all the way around, dog. Now, this is my opinion. If they want to take care of the immigration, have the immigration presence like they do in San Diego. They're there 24/7. You know, you can't get away from it. Have your presence, but no need to drag you out of the car and straps hanging out, you know, and as you're terrorizing. It's like you're going after a criminal, you know. That's the way they used to do me, man. They used to come like in Ramflas. Did die out?
No, it's running good.
Oh, okay.
No, this is just another computer here.
All right.
We're good.
But they used to come. One time they came, man, to my uncle's house. They came all with the right gear and everything. They came looking for me. Well, I was wanted for 4 attempted murders. And the neighbor called me up, and he's all like, hey, hey, Anthony, they're coming after you, Holmes. They thought I was you, you know, and they put. He calls me up. I left, and as soon as I come out the back door, I'm like, man, I gotta get the cuetes, you know. I forgot, and then all of a sudden, they bust the door open. Norwalk Sheriff's. I go through the back. I was gone, but see, I was a criminal, you know. I automatically I got that coming, you know. But when you're selling flowers and they're gaffing you up with an AR-15 en masse, hey, Kyle, fool, you know. That's hard, huh? What is it? Mr. Juan says, don't let this distract you from that Hector is going to be running 3 Honda Civics. Oh, you're a fool. Yeah. I don't know if Hector's even spoke on it. I hope he has. You know, I hope everybody speaks on this matter, you know, and that is positive, you know?
Yeah. Anthony, I wanted to add, bro, I think for the most part, what we're seeing is here, and that's one of the things that, on both sides, I think for the most part, we're seeing this situation play out the way it is. It's unpopular for people to have this discussion because, you know, when it comes down to immigration, it's tough for people, you know, because we have them. I mean, we have family members that are on both sides. So the hardest thing that I do blame the politicians is because look at how long it's been for our people trying, you know, it's kind of like that famous carrot, right? Since the beginning of Obama, he mentioned, hey, he actually campaigned that he wanted to. In fact, I found a video saying that he wanted to do everything the legal way. He wanted people to come in the right way. He wanted to limit immigration where, you know, anybody works towards a particular, everybody gets a citizenship if it's done correctly. Unfortunately, for the last couple of years, whatever it is, you know, everybody's going to say, oh, you right winger, left winger, whatever it is. At the end of the day, it's the same bird with the two wings, and they've dealt this. Last week we were talking about this, and you mentioned like sometimes it's hard for other communities to get involved. Because, other communities have taken a beating the same way. You know, like, for example, you were mentioning Los Morenos, right? Yeah. You know, how do we expect them to get involved when they've actually been part of, you know, a system or a particular situation where they've been harassed and, you know, and racism and stuff. And for now, it's kind of like it grows on us. It numbs us now. I feel that since the 1990s, we've seen this thing over and played out. Yeah. You know, it plays out all the time. And so I do feel bad for a lot of our people that are out there. And that's why the conversation that always has is, when I was talking to Dove and Joe, I said, guys, at the end, after the thing, I didn't say much because I was listening to what they were saying. And it's true. Sometimes it becomes anger. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I feel that the community, the Latino community, the raza, we all need to come together and really start educating our people, you know, because at the end of the day, the more education that people have, the more they can actually strive to make better decisions on how they can, for every situation, you know, if we educate them and we have, you know, I was mentioning to them, how come we don't have a town hall? When we're teaching our people and telling them, hey, this is how we can get lawyers, get people out there that they can give them an actually honest opinion, right? And really get these people into a situation where they're not feeling the same way we did. I mean, when I was an immigrant back in the 80s and 90s, I always had to look in the back, you know, constantly looking in the back of my shoulder, right? Is this the day for me? You know, it's tough on people. But the reality is like education needs to be something that we can all strive to. I think it's enough where we have people coming out there protesting, you know, burning out and breaking windows and doing all this stuff. I seen this. We were back in the Ronnie King time. We wanted to make changes, and somebody mentioned on our group, I said, you know, sometimes I feel bad that we're constantly doing this, where we have to go out into the communities and break windows and paint and do this stuff. Why not just really hold our politicians accountable? Because at the end, they're the ones who can make these kind of decisions when it comes down to these kind of laws.
Yeah, that's true, dog. You know, I think for most part that, for us, raza, that been around, that been educated, that been truchas, and alert was taking place, you know, it's only right that we school our youngsters and show them and guide them into a right path for us to grow together. Yeah. I seriously think, dog, this is my opinion, homie, they're going to come after all of us, dog. That's my opinion. You know, I might be wrong, but from what it looks like, dog, if he had enough feria, I think everybody that got citizenship, dog, I think those would be next. And then American born,
Mm-hmm.
Hispanics. He's done it. He done it. They did it to the Japanese. They gathered them up, and even though they were born here, they still gathered them up, took everything from them, and put them in camps. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's unfortunate. It's sad. You know it. But what's really more sad, if you don't speak up, if you don't say nothing, and just roll it off the shoulder. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's more sad. You know, because it's really taking place. You know, in reality, it's just racism. You know, they're being racist. You know, and yeah, the raza's falling for it. You know, a lot of them ICE agents are working with the federal, and they're gathering up their own people. You know, I love what this vato said. Hey, don't you feel good? You know, I bet you're gonna go home and tell your mom how proud you are to be gathering up people, same people that struggle just like your mom was hungry. You know, at times, and I'm thankful and I'm very blessed that my grandma and them make the move. You know, at times I kind of regret it because it's like, man, Mexico is good, you know. But then again, this is land of the free and opportunity. But how free is it? You know, you could compare you guys from Mexico to here. Here, homie, you work day and night, dog. You work, and you don't own the house. You might think you own it. You still gotta pay taxes, dog. In Mexico, you own the house. You own the property, and you don't have to work day and night like a dog just to pay the bills, you know. Of course, you know, finances are very tight out there, you know. A lot of people come out here for the American dream, but then again, when I speak to people out there, they're like, I don't want the American dream. What is it? Working 12 hours, 16 hours a day. At the end, you get diabetes, heart disease, and just work your butt off, and you don't get to own any of that. Nah, I think I'd rather just work here for pennies, but at least I have a life, you know? I have time with my family, you know? So it kind of made sense, you know? Pero it's gacho to see your gente not speaking up, not talking, and deport 'em all, like that hyena with the nopal in her head. And where was she from? Riverside, I think, or Corona. And she's married to the Marine. She's telling everybody, go back. And they pulled her covers that she only spoke Spanish when she got here. She was from Nayarit. You know, people like that is
Wow.
wrong, you know? This like, man, fool, if you ain't got nothing to say about your people, just shut up, homie, stick to the side, you know? It's just sad, homes, you know what I mean? Uh, um, you know, it's just sad, you know? Somebody said, Hugo said, no, Abraham said, what about the Minutemen working for ICE? Yeah, Minutemen, bounty hunters, all them. It's just hurtful, homie, you know? Um, I'm happy that I'm not who I was before, you know, because I know I would have caused destruction. But I'm more wiser now, more smart, and we deal with matters differently, you know. And we just, you know, there's some plans, and I plan to use it, you know, and use my mentality, use my strategy when I do come across the ICE agents, you know, and it's all mental. You know, when you've been to prison, you know that you can't win against the guards like that, you know. So it has to be mental, be prepared, have a lawyer ready, have everything ready, you know, and just it's just difficult, you know. But if you ain't saying nothing, if you ain't speaking up, you know, then sit your pretty behind over there, homie. Don't say nothing, dog. Stick to the side, homie. Let us real raza, real us man speak on it, you know, and stand up for what is right, you know. If you feel that it's right what's taking place, then there's something wrong with your brain, homie. There's something wrong with your mind, dog. You know, if you're saying, oh, you know, let them deport them all, and you know, they should have came here legally. There's something wrong with you, dog, because the way they're going about it is totally wrong, homie. And I know that because I was an ex-criminal. I knew how they would come after me. I knew exactly. And the community wouldn't be scared because they're like, oh, that's a criminal. Ahí vienen por él, you know? But hey, uh, if we could stay together, we'll be good. And if you don't, then, you know, just let's feed him then, dog. You know, if you feel comfortable with what's taking place and you could rest at night, well, good for you, homie. You know, good for you. More power to you. You know, pray that nothing comes against you when you're at those stages in life and facing oppositions and going through your sickness or whatever. Think about the kids, homie. Think about the times when you had an opportunity to speak up and say something, or look out for the people in the corner, or just give them a heads up. Hey, be careful, you guys. La amiga está ahí, homie. You know, you need a ride. Let me just take you home. You know, you need something to eat. Let me provide for you. Think about those times when you're in your dying bed, homie. You know, and I've seen it before where, you know, people, you know, regret a lot in life, homie. You know. And I've seen it. I prayed for people and I've buried people. And, oh, man, it just... Cuando te andas muriendo, homie. When you're dying, homie, oh, I could tell, homes, when the demons are coming after your soul, dog. You could tell, homie. You're like, whoa, I just pray that I'm okay. I pray that everything's feed, man. They'll be crying out for life, homie. They'll be crying for life, homie. They'll be, God, don't take me. And, you know, and jeez. You know, think about all that time. Huh? Think about all the time you did people wrong. You dogged them out, Holmes. You know, you were just good about you, man. You know, Alfred, Rose, you always got to be good, Holmes. Regardless of what the situation is, always look out for your fellow person, dog. You know, yesterday, I had my van, my home, it broke down twice on me. Man, I was going to my sister's in La Habra, and my van broke down, and a dog will always find his way home. I always say that when I was in the Calles, and I'm way over there in Brea, and Norwalk is kind of far from there, and like, oh, le feed me, I'm ready. So I drank a little bit of coffee, I focused, I jumped on the ranfla, I jumped on the dogs on my feet, vámonos. I took off. I caught some buses and I met some people, and I was in the bus. I was going to call you up, Rose. I'm like, hey, man, I should just call up Rose. Rose will be there in the heartbeat.
Of course.
I told
you.
But then I said, nah, you know what? I need to humble myself. I need to be good. I need to just keep calm. You know, everything's going to be okay. I left my son at the office. The truck was at home. And I'm like, you know, everything's going to be okay. Sure enough, I bump into this vato that knew Rose, knew me, and you know, and I start talking to everybody, and I'm like, I'm feed, man, I'm on the bus. I could have made phone calls. They could have picked me up. But I started walking another block, and then I just jumped into another bus, and four buses I took. I finally got home. Wow. The volada, I jumped in the truck, picked up my son, came back. We grabbed the van, we fixed it, grabbed the homeboy, we fixed it, we brought it back. I was going to drop off another block guy at night. I was doing deliveries, and sure enough, it broke down on me. And I had to push the freaking van, and I don't want to get rid of the van because that was a church van. And I pushed it, homie, and I pushed it. Right, Alfred?
Yes, sir.
For a whole block. I said, this big dog still has it. I told Maria, just drive it. Don't worry about it. And I'm pushing it right there off of Pioneer Boulevard and Imperial. And I'm pushing, and, you know, and Necio, I'm not going to call my son just yet. Let me just take care of this business. Sure enough, a guy was coming out with the suit out of the Norwalk La Mirada School District. And he goes, hey, you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to push it right here, one more on the side, you know? And he parked his ranfla. Stacy Adams, a suit and everything. And he just got done having a board meeting. He helped me push it.
That was cool.
That was wild.
And then I couldn't breathe after because I was like, I was like this. I got a business. I'll take care of you. And he's like, that's fine. And he ended up taking off.
At least you had somebody, you know, that helped you.
And a lot of people see me. And nobody wanted it. And look, I know the van is ugly. I know I was beat up. I was doing deliveries. I didn't look all G'd up like this. And nobody pulled over. But see, that's a humbling experience. when he took off, I called up my son. We ended up towing the van back to the pad with the straps and all that through the truck. And today, I ran around, did my errands, and I came back, and I went back to the Norwalk Lamar School District, and I tracked him down. I gave him a credit card Visa. I said, here, homie, for your lunch, you know, and he's all like, oh, nah, man, you didn't have to do all that. I said, keep my card. One day you're going to need me. One day you're going to need me because you might be running for office or whatever. I'm going to be there for you, homie. Just like you were there for me and my family, I'm going to be there for you. You were in a suit, you were in a tie, and you pulled that ranfla over and you helped me push that van. That showed me a lot, homie. And when you win me through your heart, homes, when you're in my heart, that shit is over, homie. It doesn't matter. And I want to just thank you. And here it is. And here's my card. You keep it. And he got teary-eyed. You know, like, damn, this vato means for reals. Because it is for reals, homie. See, the point of that story, homie, it doesn't matter the color, dog. It don't matter the color because the vato's German. You know? And I was in front of some apartments and people just went around me, you know?
At least he had the heart to stop.
And he had the heart to
helped
stop
you.
and help me out, and he was suited and booted. See, that's out of his heart. How many people have you seen and you just roll right through on the ranfla? It don't matter. Whatever he's going through, they probably thought, oh, the vato's tweaked out or the vato's homeless because his van's all beat up. And, you know, and I do those things to humble me, Rose. I do them on purpose to humble me. I could easily call AAA and go do this and go do that. No, I'm still a man. I'm still healthy. I still got to take care of my business. And it's a good humbling experience because it brings me down. And when it brings me down, I meet people that are kind-hearted.
Yep.
Are you kind-hearted, you guys?
Oh,
Do you guys look out for somebody? It don't matter the race. It don't matter the color. If he's down and out, would you look out for him? Will you uplift him? You know, it's so much division and strife right now. Blacks are with the blacks, razas with the razas, the whites with the whites. The whites come back to the raza to protest and do whole this madre, you know, to the nitty gritty, homie. Do you even have a heart to begin with? You know, do you hold the grudges? Are you really looking out for your fellow neighbor? No matter the color. You know, I've understood in this life that, hey, God made people black, yellow, purple, white, yeah, Asians. He made them all. They're still human. They're still children of the Most High, you know?
Well, no matter what color, race you are, you still bleed the same.
Last time I checked, it was red, dark red. It's not like you're bleeding yellow, and that's true, you know? Are you looking out for people? You know, do you have a heart? In your dying bed, are you going to be screaming and yelling? Or are you going to be giving them thanks? Are you going to try to go back over and say, hey, what did I do wrong? Can I correct that? Can I correct that? Every day is a test. Every day is a challenge. Every day with that word, the rapture in the Bible, he's coming, he's coming. Man, shut the heck up, homie. It don't matter if he comes, he don't come. The rapture might be you the next day.
So true.
Might wrap you up the next day, homie. Don't worry about if he's coming. If he says he's going to come, he's going to come. Are you ready? Or were you taking sides? Well, I voted for Trump, but you know, really? I voted for Biden. Kamala, really? Homie, that don't matter, Holmes, you know? All the materialistics in this world, it's irrelevant now. Because you're facing your maker. Are you going to be busy trying to choose sides and, you know, all the wrong that you have done? Have you even thought about it? Have you sat down? Have you really analyzed everything? Have you forgave yourself? Have you thought about the things that you went through in life? And stop blaming yourself. Stop blaming people. Today I read a post on Facebook. It said, my dad didn't like me. He talked crap about me and so on and so forth. but he's dead now. I hope he burns in hell.
Wow.
And I'm going to go to the funeral. So I have a lot of things to talk to the wife about. And I said, you just got to let life be. You go on about yourself. Sometimes you just got to walk away and let God take care of things. Because if you walk back into that funeral, you'll be just as dead as that person in that coffin. A dead heart. Sometimes you ain't going to get the answers. Sometimes they ain't going to sit there and explain things to you. And sometimes God might not even tell you anything or give you any kind of sign. But you know, as a human being, as a person with the heart, you just got to do what is right. Sometimes you just got to walk away, let things be. Because trust me, down the path, down the road, doors are going to open. They're going to open up big for you. You ain't got to beg to nobody. You ain't got to go seek for nobody like that. God will take care of it, you know? And when he does, hey, be thankful. Ask for forgiveness for the things that you have done. Every day that goes by, every day, you know, I shouldn't even be out. I should be doing life or dead. Every day that goes by, I thank the man upstairs. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you for everything. And I make sure every day I tell my kids, I love you guys. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I make sure of that every day because tomorrow's not promised to nobody. And the things that I've done in my past did haunt me, did beat me up. An eye for an eye, the Bible says. You take and I'll take. My son got strangled at 8 months old when he was a baby. Did I do wrong? Of course I did wrong. Who am I? I thought I was God? You can't be God. There's only one God. All these things that you go through in life and ups and downs, setbacks, and this madre, and you just want to take the aggression out on people, on society that they owe you. They don't owe you a damn thing, homie. Nothing. You just got to keep going forward. Forgive yourself for the things that you couldn't change and the things that happened to you in your life. Suck it up and keep on walking. Because trust me, homie, at the time that the rapture comes of your life, homie, todo va a valer papa, homie. Everything's going to go down. It don't matter, homie. Are you cool? Are you comfortable? Are you okay? Do you have a forgiving heart? Do you let things go? Do you have an understanding with God? A communication, an understanding of what he wants you to be, how he wants you to be. You're going to be dying in agony and pain. Oh my God, oh help me, have mercy upon me. Serio, dog? You serio, homie? Have mercy, and you never once had mercy upon people? Reminds me of that story of that king when they came and asked him, the merchant, they came and asked him, where's my money? Have mercy upon me. King, have mercy upon me. But he turned around and his servants, he beat him down because he needed to get that money to go pay the king. Have mercy upon him, and you ain't going to have mercy upon nobody else. You ain't perfect. You're getting old, homie. You're growing white hair. You ain't getting no young. Every day that goes by, your life is being cut short. Every day, dog. You might go to the gym, saved you a few hours from eternal destination, but you're getting older, you're dying. You got to come in an agreement. You got to come in understanding. What's your purpose in life? And forgive, man. Let things be. It's okay. Things you can't change, you ain't going to be able to change. Trust me. We could protest. We could do everything. A lot of times I just shut up about the protest. It gets me mad. But would I let that anger just boil in my heart? For what? So I could take out on aggressions and say bad words while these agents go back home, feed me with some fat paychecks? And I'm over here, F that, F this, F that. That's not right, you know. For what, homie? You know, at the end of the day, you know, I did the best that I could. So I'd rather just look out for people, you know? But I'll be all right. I don't let that anger my heart, anger my spirit, anger my mind. Because to me, it's violence. Violence or nothing. So why would I let that poison my mind if that poisoned my mind before? And I knew the destination, that was prison or death. And I served a lot of time taking my aggressions out on life. I didn't understand it. Now I do. Now I'm wiser. Now I'm smarter. Now I'm blessed. Now I'm understandable the things that I can't change. But doggone it, if somebody's there and he needs something, I'm going to give it my best. I'm going to give it my all. Why? Because I don't want to be in that dying bed, Alfred. Oh, God, forgive me. Oh, I'm dying of cancer. That's not my cancer. That's not mine. That don't belong to me. That sickness don't belong to me. If and indeed God granted that, then hey, it's yours to begin with. Ahí te va. By your stripes I'm healed. That's what it says. You're giving me this. I can't curse you. I'm going to go out gangster style, homie. I'm going to go out vida loca. Just the way that I did it in this world, in this barrio, in this lifetime. I'm going to go the same way. Hey, God, thank you for everything. Thank you. It's yours. If this is what you want, any wrong that I did, any anger that I held into my heart, into my spirit, I give it to you. Hey, forgive me. Because everything else about who you voted for, va valer papa. Don't matter. Have you forgave yourself? Have you understood those matters of life? You keep on crying. You have been incarcerated, but your prison in your mind and your heart is worse than that. You destroyed people. You destroyed yourself. You held back a lot of blessings where you could have opened up the door. You could have looked out for people, but you refused. For the best of your interests, says that self-seeking is demonic. Are you really demonic? Are you really self-seeking? I don't. Whatever I have is his. I don't care. I don't care, homie. If he takes it from me, he takes it from me. I don't care if I end up broke again, homie. I don't care, homie. Because that's just materialistics. When you come in your point of your life and you understand the meaning of life, materialistic vale papa, homie. It doesn't matter how, if you become a billionaire, it doesn't turn you on. It doesn't. You're just numb at things. You understood that one day that you get to live, that you get to wake up, and that you get to rise up in the morning, that's worth even more than gold. Money can't buy that.
Nope.
Wake up with lagañas in your eyes and bad breath, and you're dragging out of the bed and you're still smiling. Thank you, God. I don't deserve this. I'm a sinner, homie. I lust, I cuss, I trip, I go through my changes. But yet you still grant me another day of living. Every day that I wake up, I just want to thank you. I'm not here to Bible thump. I'm not here to convince you to become a Christian. I'm not here for none of that, homie. I'm just explaining to you what I go through and what I've seen people in their dying bed. I thank them every day. Gracias, homie. Let me just anoint myself so I could be positive. I don't trip. I know the things that I've done before, they're wrong. And I know I could do them again. I know I could hurt people. I know I could have bloodshed in my hands. And I've had it before. But because of your mercy and your grace, I'm able to live another day. I'm able to wake up. I'm able to see my kids. Please, Lord, if I get old, don't take me out in agony and pain. Let me die peacefully in my bed. If it's not in the bed, let me at least die on my knees. And if I do wrong, if I don't look out for people when you put them in front of me, forgive me. Let me see. Let me open up my eyes so I could be like that guy in the suit and the tie and helping them push the van across the street. Half a block. It doesn't matter if I got to get my suit dirty. I want to be like that. I've always wanted to be like that. Let me humble myself. Always. Because all this social media, all this Rockin Chicano, all this metal making it, me going everywhere, filming roles, don't mean a damn thing if you ain't got a good heart, homie.
That's what it takes. It's the heart.
You could have everything, homies, and a spoiled heart. That's worse than an inmate, homie. Because your prison is nasty. Your prison is lost. You think you have it. You think you have it made. You don't have it made. You know when you have it made? When you realize that God has gave you everything. When you have a good heart and understanding. Look out for gente. Be kind. Be generous. Don't be a punk, homie. Be okay. Right, Alfred?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. At the end of the day, man, we are called to, to love on people, right? And regardless of status. Because I remember back in the Bible, man, this happened back in the Bible, in Bible times, right? Remember the Jews and the Greeks? There's a huge disadvantagement, and when it talks about when it talked about the immigrants, right? All the Jews were complaining, to the apostles and saying, "Hey, what's going on here? These people are supposed to take care of us, right?" And then so there is a huge disagreement because of race and division. I think for the most part in status. So yeah, we're called to love on people, and we're called to really just show the love of Jesus, man. So you're spent on.
Imagine having everything, dog, with the black heart.
Yeah.
Is that crazy or what?
It's wild.
Some guys told me on social media, "Oh, you're just interested into clout and chasing the followers." Okay. I don't care. I could care less, homie. I don't. That's the last thing on my mind, dog. But I just got to do what I got to do. And if it's right, then it's right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. See, I'm not here to give an accountability to you or anybody else, but the man upstairs. I always look out for people as much as I can. I hate keeping track. I don't keep track of who I help, who I give, who I do. I don't care, At times I find it hard. When I find it hard, then I pray harder. Hey, look out for me more, Do I go through my changes? Do I want to sometimes have a restart? Of course I do. But you can't. You just keep on going forward, Right?
That's right.
Right, Alfred?
Yes, sir. That's completely true.
Right, Rose?
Yes, that's honest. I mean, hey, you're speaking with the heart, People, I don't know, mine's is like, I really don't care what I have and that, If I got it and somebody needs it, I'm going to give it to them. It's only material.
Are you really like that? Are you really like that, Rose?
Yeah, I mean, hey, I didn't come in this role with nothing. And I'm not going to leave this role with anything. So, it's about helping others, forgiving, going forward.
Can I speak on your behalf, Rose?
Go for it.
You get so much hate. You know that, right? You get more hate than me. You know that, right?
Which is a good thing, right?
You get more hate than me.
You must be doing something right.
Something's right. I was going to tell you. You must be doing something right.
And the truth of the matter is that for those that don't know, she opens up the door for everybody.
Yep.
She never holds back. And when it comes down for me to pay, she comes out the pocket first. And I always got it like, no, I got it. The only thing I don't want to buy is her cigarettes. That's the only thing I won't buy. That's you, homie. Yeah. Because the reason why I do that is because my mom, she was a hardcore smoker. And over I would tell her, quit, stop, That's the only reason why I stay away from that. But coming down to pay for food, drinks, and all that, she's the first one to come out. She's always been generous. She ain't scandalous, but the times that she does put her foot down, like if she sense something's wrong with that person, like, hey, I don't want to get close to them, hey, Anthony, and I gotta respect that. And sure enough, yeah, she's been right. I can't say no. She needed a ranfla, and God blessed her with a firme ranfla.
Yeah.
She needed finance, and God blessed her with finances, and has opened up the doors. She's real respectful with me. I mean, we clown. I'll clown and I'll clown her, and and we have an open relationship like that where it's cool, even with my son there, and Maria's there, she just trips out, and she's happy because we have a good partnership like that with all of us. And she has a good heart. Rose has a big heart. Now, if you're scandalous or whatever, she's going to turn away and, hey, that's it. You burn your bridge, and then I'm done. I'm cool.
That's true. That is so true. You know what? I'm going to give a person a benefit of the doubt, I'm going to help the person if I can help. But if I see something negative, you know what? I'm going to step back.
Yeah. But she does help out. She does give. And she's humble. She ain't scandalous. She will never tell you no for the pictures. And, she'll tell you the way it is. Hyenas will look at her with the Fuchi face. And I'm like, damn, like, say something. You want to say something? We're here. Hello, And how can I say this without offending anybody?
Hey, we actually got we turned on the chat for some of you that wanna join us on the chat on the Rockin Chicano on YouTube. Go ahead and hit us right there. It's actually, the chat has been turned on. There's actually a phone number where you can dial in and you can call in. Sometimes, hey, we're old school, right? We call. I want to call in and give my opinion. The number to call 464-0747.
And one person, has passed, and me and Rose looked at each other and said, hey, we good people. We have a good heart. We ain't perfect, but we good people. We treat everybody fair,
But who is perfect? Ain't nobody perfect.
Ain't nobody perfect. But one thing for sure, we ain't got an evil heart like that,
Nope.
And sure enough, that person passed, and we just looked at each other like, But we still keep on pressing. We keep on going forward, And regardless if they want to harm us or whatever, well, I'm there, But the honest truth, she has a good heart. She feed me on, bro. She feed me on food.
Yeah. So you okay?
You're right.
Hey, I always tell her, what's up, man? What's up with the midget strippers, homie?
This dude is. Every time I do see one, it reminds me of him.
I clown this girl, like, what did I tell you last time? Are you gonna roll with us or what, man? We're about to go to Vegas, man. I got the midget strippers ready, man. Like, you're crazy. But we clown, I like to laugh because it's always serious, whatever I'm doing or whatever. And I see her and I start clowning, and we have an open relationship like that. Like, what's up? What are you eating? You're always eating. Hell yeah, I'm always eating. I feel good, But it's a blessing. But she has a good heart, good, kind heart. And that's the way it should be, And never hold any grudges like that, Sherry, hello from Oklahoma. Much love and respects to both of y'all and your family. Lisa says, girls hate for nothing. Michael, I like Rose. I like to see her on her clips that came across Rockin Chicano. That's right. Oh, Jules Scott, what's up, homie?
Thank you.
She said today, Jules Scott, she said, thank God I'm bald because the hairdo with this heat, como que no.
But it's true. It's so hot. You just want to take all that hair off your head.
She's from out
Right.
there in down south somewhere out there in Alabama or somewhere. I don't know. She makes all those good cakes. So, what's up, Joe Scott? Oh, and she works for the DNA,
Mm.
and she puts us some crazy stories. Oh, she's from Atlanta. That's right.
Oh man, I mean, it's humid over there.
Yeah, but she be putting up some crazy stories about DNA. You know, some crazy stories. So she works for a DNA office, and right away, you know, through the child support, they file for all that. She has to hear me, but that's not my son. So I always tell
Oh
her.
man, Jerry Springer.
Yeah, I always tell her.
Not your son.
She'll put up some crazy stories, and I'll be like, I ain't the father, homie. That's it.
man.
dog." You know?
Yeah. And you've been with, oh yeah, not the father after 10 years, no, or something like that.
Oh, she's a paternity agent for 25 years.
Golly,
She's seen it all.
man, yeah.
She says some stories about, what's that called? The twins, right?
Yeah.
Identical twins, but one being a different DNA and the other one being from the other man. And
Oh yeah.
I way, you know,
Golly.
That's crazy.
she puts up some crazy stories. I pop in once in a while when I see it. Like I feel like a little Jerry Springer right now. Let me see what she typed up. And
Not the father.
she says all kinds of stories, you know, but she don't say no names, you know, what takes place. But like, I way, you know, crazy.
That's wild, man.
Imagine going over there every day. You got to hear those stories, you know. Anthony Barajas, what up, my brother? It's me, Stretch, live all the way. Oh, what's up, Stretch? What's up, Kana? How you doing? Showing love from Phoenix, Arizona. Jesse, what's up? Frank Torres, hello from Dallas, Texas. What's up, Texas? Lisa Vargas, what's up? Jules Scott, so many cases in 50 states. Check it out. Get the test done at 7 weeks of pregnancy.
Oh man, that's fast, no?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Man, that's crazy.
I wonder why people wait like 10 years, man. Makes no sense.
I remember when I went for my child support case, the guy goes, so you're up next, brother. You know, you're next, buddy. I'm like, yeah, I know, man. You know, I'm just waiting to see what's up. He goes, hey, shows right here you were incarcerated. Like, yeah, I was busted, homie. Ask for a DNA test. Ask for a DNA. Well, that's my son. What you want me to tell you, dog? You know? He goes, no. Still do it because, you know. And sure enough, when I went up there, he goes, hey, Your Honor, since I was in the shoe, you know. And I looked at me like, what? Since I was in the zapato, homie, you know, out there fighting it, you know. I qualify for a free DNA test. You're denying your son? I'm like, no, I ain't denying my son, but I was incarcerated when I did receive the news that congratulations, this is your child. So, you know, I just want to throw it out there, you know? You're like, all right, you're going to throw it out there? Like, yeah. And I did, and he came back. Oh, they did the swab thing and whatever. And they're like, hey, you qualify if you've been incarcerated. And it says 99.9%.
You are the father.
You're not the father, homie. You're too fat. Oh, no, I was skinny back then. You know, I was in shape, you know. I was fresh out the joint. He says, you're not the father. See, I knew it, homie. I knew it. So they grab the camera. They start chasing me like Jerry Springer, you know. They start chasing me all across the street and everything. Then you go over there to the baby's mom and you smash her like, man, I knew it. You witch, I knew it. I knew you were sleeping around. You ain't nothing. But then when she starts crying, you're there for a couple minutes. You're like, but I'll still be there for the baby. You know, I understand. I'll be there. Like, man, fool, after I already smashed her, talking smack, get out of here, fool. No, damn well you ain't take no damn responsibilities. You know, you're bouncing. And the judge looked at me. I'm like, oh, that's all you could do, tell that district attorney lady, you know? And she's all like, yes, oh, I could raise it up a little bit more. And they hit me with more feria. So when they're walking out, they're like, they're walking out, right? And then we're going into the elevator. And I knew They stuck it to me, home. They did me dirty, dog. They did me dirty. I ain't gonna lie, they did me dirty, you know? I walked out with my head up high and, you know, and they're like, so how do you feel now, huh, Mr. Tabarez, huh? You know, you want to take a DNA and saying all kinds of stuff. I said, I swear, Alfred, this is a true story, dog. Like, hey, you know, and I'm walking out with my portfolio on the side. I'm still a blessed man.
Yep.
Amen to you and everybody else. I'm free. I'm not in prison. I'm alive. My heart is beating. God bless all of you guys, you know.
Yep.
And they got mad because they wanted to see me angry.
Yeah.
And I walked into the elevator and I just took off. Well, that's the one I told you about, Alfred, that she was just chewing me out.
Right.
How much you make? How much this? How much that?
Yeah.
And let me spit some game at you guys. Listen to me real good. A homeboy explained all this to me, you know? You can't have nothing together. You don't exist. No last name, no nothing. Get everything separated, you know? And when all that happened, she's all like, how much you make? How much this? How much that? Oh, you're good. So you don't own nothing. Oh, you're good. Whoever explained all this to you, you're real good. You know? I go, well, I don't, you know, all my finances, I get it through the ministry, you know, and like, oh, well, you know what? You think you're all Mr. Hallelujah? You're going to have to pay. You know, I don't care about your God. Like, she was atheist. Like, Gacho Rose. She's like, I don't care about your God. I don't care about anything. I don't believe in God. And like, and she was just like this, Rose, like this, right? And I went like, man, you know, little old me, you know, little big old me, you know. I looked at her with authority and I pointed at her mouth, what she was saying coming out of her mouth. I bind in the name of Jesus what's coming out of your mouth. I bind it and cast it into pits of hell. And she went like this, Rose. I swear, I put this in everything. I love you guys. Right when I went like that to her and I pointed at her just like that in the camera, you know, with authority. And she went like this. She started choking. She started choking. This is a God honest truth. And she started choking. And she like,
yeah.
And she got up and she left.
Oh.
Wow.
And this is the true story. I know you never heard this one, Jewel.
That's right. Jewel.
And she comes back about 5 minutes later with a cup of water. And she's all like, even Jesus had a job. Yes, before his ministry, you know. See, she couldn't get me. She sat down, and that's when she got mad. And she goes, we're just going to bound this over to the judge. Like, you don't speak to me like that, woman, you know. And she'll remember that story, you know what I mean? Never to speak to her. And I told her that. But, you know, you do. You have that power. I know people don't believe me or whatever. But, you know, you put me down. You talk about God. You talk about this and put me down. Oh, I bind what's coming. Oh, man. And at that time, I was fasting. I was praying. I was in the spirit.
No, you were on fire,
homie, you can't step on that. She was like this.
You're making her choke.
She was choking, homie.
Yep.
She didn't know what to do. She got scared. She turned white. And she was white already? Pobrecita.
Hey, huge shout out to the official Big Joe show. He's on YouTube.
Jewel, put all your kids on child support in the family court, out of wedlock, and divorce. Don't let child support get you fired. One child when you have 4 months to feed. 4 mouths to feed. What? She had demons. Oh, yes, she did. Yeah. She choked off the evil.
Yeah, she did.
Hey,
It took you to do it.
hey, Jewel, she treated me bad. She was there. She was smashing on me. I'm like, man, you know, I'm just here. I'm showing you all my report of my finances, and that's not good for you, you know. She was she was one of the women that my homeboy warned me to stay away from. You know what kind of woman was that, Rose? Huh?
No.
If she watches the Lifetime channel, run from her. I go, what? They're all dramatic, homie. This channel's about women, dog. They've been tormented, homie. And everything that they watch, see, if she watches, you got to ask her, you watch the Lifetime channel? She does, you better run, homie. I'm like, "Este vato está loco." But he was right, you know. He's the one that spit game at me, you know. Crazy. Santa Monique, what's up from Tijuana? Joe Castro, what's up, fool? Hello, Run. Lifetime channel. Yeah, the Lifetime channel. It's crazy.
Well, I don't know. I watch Lifetime.
No.
I don't make nobody joke in that. I believe in God.
Hey, isn't that channel about women and all that, Alfred?
It's about everything.
Yeah, it's multi.
Two stories.
Yeah.
A lot of two stories.
People that highness have been beat down and everything, kidnapped.
Through everything, yeah.
He said, if she watches the Lifetime channel, you better run, fool.
Well, you better start running.
Yep. That's true.
Joyce, what up, Rosie? She's saying saludos.
What's up?
Joe Castro, I think you was talking to Trump's sister. Crazy. That's crazy, Alfred.
That's wild, man. That is wild. But it's true though. You know, you called her out on the bluff, right? You called her out, and you know, you had to handle it right there. Sometimes you just got to stand firm and just call out what you're seeing.
That's right. Las Vegas in the house. Deborah, Alex, what's up, homie? Everybody tuning in over here, catching you guys there, catching you in Facebook. Hey, thank you guys for always tuning in. Today we're talking about everything. Really, we're speaking on having a good heart. You know.
That's right.
Be kind, be generous to everybody. You just never know when it's your date, and one day you'll be alive, one day you'll be gone, homie. You know, and it's best that you get right, homie. You know, live right, be right. You'll be okay, homies, you know? You'll survive. Do firme. Right, Alfred?
That's right, sir. That's right. It's the truth.
So what other topic do we speak about?
Oh, there's so much. I mean, what else? What is there to talk about, man? What's going on in the world? I mean, I always say, man, you guys, we got to stay away from the news, bro. We got to stay away from the news. The news are taking up so much of our time, bro. I mean, I'm talking about, I hear this all the time, and I'm having these discussions with people about, man, the political stuff is taking control. That's why I say, man, let's just focus on Jesus. We got to focus on God, because the truth of the matter is, it's when I'm speaking to somebody and I'm telling them about the political arena, sometimes it's hard because it just engulfs so much time. It wants to force you to make decisions when at the end of the day we can't make decisions. We're not politicians. We're not up there. We're not up there. We're not, of course we can talk to people. We can have discussions with people. I think that's the only thing that's changed over the years. We must have discussions, but in a sense, man, we need to step back a little bit and just ease off. You know what I mean? A lot of people are taking it very serious, and I'm seeing this a lot. I was talking to someone, that's just, that they're seeing all the stuff that's happening, that many of us are seeing, right? But in a sense, I'm always talking to people and say, hey, just take a step back. Look, count your blessings. Focus on what's true to you, what's important to you, which is, your family, your health, and the other stuff. Of course, I'm not telling you to ignore it, but in a sense, you just gotta, you gotta maneuver through those situations where, choose your battles. As you said it earlier, sometimes you gotta choose your poison, right? Well, sometimes you also got to choose your battles sometimes, right? And you just got to ease off. So for some of you that are spending way too much on that, take a break, turn off the TV a little bit, go enjoy life, go read a book for a little bit, listen to worship music, stay away from it. Cause I'm seeing this a lot, and I'm talking to a lot of people, and it's becoming where, 3 out of the 5, are all into what's going on right now. So I always just say, hey, ease off a little bit. Take a break, No,
that's true, homie. That's very true, because I stopped watching the ICE raids. I stopped watching it.
Too much. It was too much.
It's getting me mad, and and it's like all it's gonna do is just get anger and build up anger. And it's true, take a break this Friday. I told Rose and Alfred I just took the family. We were ready for Pomona, and I thought nobody was gonna show up for Pomona because, as you guys know, they've protested against Santa Fe Springs swap meet. You know, the only one that was there was Rose. She was still dancing with the TikTok.
Okay.
I clown this. I know. I say, hey, Alfred, see she comes in. What's up, Rose, with you? Because, you know, I give her right over here, right? Yeah. And as soon as she gets off, she's like, hey, what's up, Rose? Where you been at, homie? Why you hating, fool?
Yeah.
She's like, where you been at? You know, like, I heard you were at the Swami. You were the only one there on TikTok live dancing, homie. She goes, shut up, fool, you know? But, you know, reality, there was, I thought it was going to be like the Swami. Nobody was there, you know, and sure enough, it was packed. But I was able to spend time with the kids and the fam, you know, and just to eat. We ate something, a burrito or something. I don't know what it was, but we got to spend a little time, and we got away from all the nonsense and the fear, the anger, you know, the whole mayhem that's taking place, you know, and it was a blessing, but it's true. You gotta pick your battles and do it wisely. You know, and stay away from everything that's gonna cause destruction. You know. I know Rose was taking care of her business. Where did you go Sunday?
I was up in Pomona.
Pomona. Yeah, she was down the street from us, but we were working.
Oh, yeah.
And she was filming, right? You were over there with
Yes.
the crew.
Yeah.
And we ended up taking off to the pad, but. You know, sometimes it's good to just take a time out and, you know, and just be blessed. You know, it's a funny thing. I was telling Rose what took place on Saturday. We were setting up, and, you know, we were financially, we've been getting hit here and there because of what's taking place, you know. But my son, you know, he's a teenager. He was kind of tripping for the last few days, and he's all like, hey, Dad, you know, and just like, hey, Pop, what's your problem? You know, come and talk to me. And I had to pull him to the side, and I started talking to him, you know, like, hey, mijo, I'm your dad. You know, I know, you know, times are hard. And I go, what's wrong? He goes, everything, Dad, it's hard. You know, it's just, you know, the finances are hard to come by right now. And we just keep on working and doing this. I'm like, hey, God's going to see us through. Trust me. You just got to have faith, you know. You can't go off of emotions. You can't, you know, let go of everything. He's going to come through, you know, don't worry about it. Sure enough, a guy came down from up north, and he purchased a lot of things for wholesale. So we're going wholesale on the toppers, on the metal. So he dropped a chunk there. I said, yes. And my son smiled right after that. I said, you see? We already paid off the warehouse. It's gonna be okay. Just hang in there, you know. And I know, financially, everybody's been taking a toll. Everybody. And is it gonna get harder? Yes, it's gonna get harder, you know. But don't lose hope. Don't lose faith, you know. And I'm happy, you know. Brother called me up, and I owed him some finances. I said, just wait up, carnal. Because people, you know, whether you know this or not, you know, we've helped out people. People help me out, you know, and it's always been finances. So if you help somebody out, you know, vice versa, and you help out as many as you can, and the people will help you out, you know. And I was able to talk to a brother, you know, last week, and I say, hey, bro, this is happening, it's taking place, but everything's gonna fall in order, you know. And he was kind, he was patient, you know, and he understanding. And I'm blessed to have people like that, because a la hora de la hora, they're gonna be there for you, you know, like the same way that you'll be there for people, you know, and just always helping everybody out. But you gotta run off of faith and understand that he will cover these things, but you gotta pick and choose your battles, and you can't let all this things was going on, like you said, Alfred, you know, and make you lose your cool, lose your composure. You gotta have faith that everything's gonna turn out good, you know. As for Rose is still having faith in the Santa Fe Springs swamp meet, I don't know, but all them people are still waiting for you there. You know, you were the only one there with the light, camera, and action, and you were dancing away. And
I was waiting for you.
You're a fool.
Oh my God, this guy's too much.
It was dead, huh?
I don't know.
No, I seen it on the film. It was dead.
I don't know. I was out in Pomona.
Yeah, it was dead. But at the same token, you shouldn't. You made money off them people. You should have been through, child. You don't throw your people like that under the bus. You had about 5 minutes to warn the security guards. Hey, amigos here, be careful, you guys. Just be alert, be careful, and they end up snatching up people. So if you're willing to open up the doors for them, those are your money maker.
Yeah.
Then what do you? I'm still wondering what was his mind going through. If that's your feria, why would you? Of course, it's a public place, and you could, have the doors open. Takes him about 8 minutes to get ready. Come out of the van, put your gear on, have everything ready. You couldn't call it up. Hey, you guys, be careful. Aquí está la migra. And you're walking around with them.
Wow.
Don't film. Don't film. What do you mean don't film, homie? I mean, it's their prerogative to film, And look, it bit them in the butt. It's going to cost them some feria. Big money. Will it go back to normal? I'm pretty sure it will, but till then, you still be there at the swap meet.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Hey, really quick, if you're, I know you're listening on multiple locations. I know on Facebook you probably sounded through you're listening to us via Anthony's cell phone. I know some people might be saying that it's a little low. Let us know on YouTube how it sounds. If it's too low, please let us know so we can make a quick adjustment. On Anthony's phone, you're going to hear it that it's super low because he's filtering through his phone and the microphone. But if you are on YouTube, just give us a little thumbs up. Let us know that it sounds good. If it's too low, let us know. We'll make adjustments. All right?
We should be good. If you guys want to call in, is that the number?
Yes, sir. The number 714-464-0747. Let us know what you think. And again, this is this is your space here. This is where you guys get to have a little discussion with, not only Rose, ask her questions, man, but also Anthony, and ask him about what events are coming up, because there's so much stuff happening this week. This coming up week, no?
Yeah, the back in the day is coming, right?
Yeah.
Saturday.
June the
I'm gonna be out there in
28th.
the shindig, homie. I'm gonna be out there all pedorar on the stage. Shut up.
Thinking he's at the swamp meet.
Oh, man.
Right.
They always offer me pisto. I'm like, no,
Perfect.
Thank you, bro. I don't drink. You don't drink, homie? Why not? I'll end up in prison again. So thank you very much. I'm okay.
Yep.
How long have you been sober? I don't know. How long? I'm like, no, dog. 18, 19, 20 years, I think. I don't know. I'm trying not to remember, dog. The last time I was throwing blows on me, I'm good. I'm trying to remember. The number's 714
464-0747.
464-0747. 714-464-0747.
Yeah, there's some people that are making the switch from Facebook, because I think on Facebook it sounds a little low, but that's because, again, he's filtering through the phone. But if you guys do jump to Facebook, remember to become a subscriber, and also you'll be able to join the chat and let us know how you. I heard you, Anthony Bravo. Make it louder, SA. All right, I got you, bro. I got it. We're working on it. We're getting make sure.
Come to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Frank said, Rose, when are you coming to Dallas?
Here we go.
Hopefully soon.
When you going to Texas, homie? You leaving us, homie? For Texas, dog?
Oh, no, I want to go to the stadium. I want to go check out Texas.
Why you a
Texas had a lot
Cowboys
of-
fan, dog?
I was a Cowboy fan since I've been young. Back in the
I'm a
day.
Raiders, homie.
No. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Well, the problem with the Raiders is now they're in Vegas.
Well, yeah.
It's a money-making scheme, homie. Yeah, I'm the one talking here, Alfred. Please, dog.
Thank you, Alfred.
No, of course, man. I would love to go to Texas, man.
That's
And
all.
I ain't gonna lie.
First caller, you want to jump?
Well, give me a second.
Okay.
But Cero Pedo, Whataburger over In-N-Out, okay?
Oh, really?
That's the truth.
Oof.
Go ahead, caller.
Here we go.
Where you calling from, caller?
Where you calling from, buddy?
Man, I'm calling from the land down under.
Oh,
man,
my
that's
God.
it's crazy.
Órale, what's up, carnalitos and
It's
carnalita?
it's
How you
cuckoo
guys
kachu,
doing?
homie.
It's cuckoo, kachu.
How
And
you
if
doing,
only
homie?
knew, it's me. Yeah, you guys know it's me, Big Joe, with the flow. I'm always running fast, not slow. You know how I do it. I want to say kudos to you, Mr. Alfred, Mr. Anthony, and Miss Rosie.
Hey,
My favorite show. My favorite show.
hey, I know you got us some gigs, homie. Right?
Yeah.
How come you still haven't got
Yes,
me
sir.
How come you still haven't got me a pimp gig, homie?
Man, because you're too realistic, man. I shot him the pictures and the whole 9 yards. They go, no, that's too realistic.
Too
Like, you gotta
realistic.
tone it down just a little bit. And I said, man, but you don't know how to tone it down. That's who he is. And they said, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. And I go, okay. They go, keep that for Paramount or MGM, like the big dogs over there. Like, it was just too much on point. So yeah, that's what happened on Spencer. But
Man.
yeah, I'm gonna get you something else. I got you guys. You guys know, man, the first opportunity I get to fit you guys into another gig, another.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I want to know is if you guys are ready for Saturday.
We're ready for Saturday, and tomorrow we're gonna go to LA, so we're gonna go drop off the tickets that we had. Finally get to go to LA, so tomorrow I'm gonna drop off those tickets, so we'll be good to go, homie.
Can't wait.
Okay, feed me. And then the other question I have is if you're gonna bring Alfred.
Alfred, are you coming to Saturday?
I'm gonna try. I will try. I'm making everything possible to be there. I will let you, Joe. I will let you know, brother. I gotta talk.
Right,
I gotta talk
I
to.
want to see you outside that studio because I'm pretty sure, Anthony, they have you chained to the desk right there, dog.
Golly, that's so true.
If you
Bro.
actually can get away, you know what I mean?
That's so true.
Hey, blink twice, Rosie. Hey, blink twice, Rosie. Tell me if he's hostage, Rosie. Let me know. See if he's blinking. If he's blinking.
Hey, like, don't blink.
So I just wanted to call real quick, give you guys my love and my support.
That's right,
Man, this is the best show, spitting out that knowledge, man. And I respect you guys, Anthony, Rosie, and Alfred, right there, knocking it out, doing their thing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay, man. Hey, it's all love with you guys, and I'll let you guys go. You get back to the other listeners and stuff, but yeah, you guys stay safe. See you guys Saturday, all right?
I'll see you, my brother.
That's you, man.
All right. All right.
Saturday is back in the day, Saturday in Victorville.
That's
Gonna
right.
be on and cracking all
That's
night.
gonna be off the hook, man. Hey, somebody they took the flyers in here, man. They're passing out these flyers, bro.
Yeah.
You guys left the stack in here. I think that we were passing them out left and right, man. Back in the day.
June the 28th.
Anthony, I haven't received my tickets. Christina. Christina is the one that won the tickets, right?
Yes.
From Glendale.
Yes.
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to LA. So tomorrow we got to drop those off.
Okay.
So be ready, Christina. That's the one. You still got the number, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we'll be contacting you tonight, homie. Shoot us a directa so we could drop them off tomorrow. We'll be in LA. Finally get to go to LA, you know.
That's right.
Anyways, so what's up with Dallas, homie? I'm about to say right here, he's gonna take us to a restaurant.
Oh, there you go, restaurant. So not only will you be able to see the stadium, but you're also gonna go to a restaurant down in Dallas.
I've always wanted to go out there to check it out. Now, you know,
Yeah. Let's go to Texas, homie.
one of these days, hey, I get
Are you gonna wear
flights.
boots, homie, and a hat? You know what they tell me? I've asked that question. I'm like, hey, Holmes, you vatos wear boots and hats and all that? He goes, man, shut up, homie. We don't wear that crap out here. I go, say no, we thought like, howdy, partner. You know, they're like, oh, hell no, fool. I go, Mexican OT, where is it?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He goes, this is está loco, you know? How much are the tickets? Isaiah, get a hold of me, inbox me. I got 2 tickets for you, Isaiah.
That's right.
Robert, what's up, fool? What's up, pipas? La Puente in the house. He's gonna be throwing Rose. Robert from with the Suburban. You know who he is? Out there in Arizona. He's gonna be throwing a show in October. So we're going to Arizona in October.
Okay.
And they've always supported me.
Oh man, Arizona's off the hook, bro. Hey, are you gonna be with the same car, or different?
No,
The same location?
well, he has a lot of gente out there.
Okay, gotcha.
And from what his dad was telling me, that he took La Puente to his house.
Oh.
I go, what do you mean? He goes, okay, where you from? I'm in Norwalk, right? I'm like, yeah. Imagine having the Norwalk Tower in your backyard and a mural and all that. That's what he did.
Oh.
I'm like, you serious? He goes, yeah, his backyard's like hooked up like that, like if he was in La Puente. I'm like, hey, that's pretty feed, man. He works for Honeywell, I think. He's all with the shirt, all nice, like that Ice Cube on Sesame Street, all nice. And weekends are the rag and all the lowrider. Yeah, he is. He's all Mr. Professional. Eh? And I seen him in his pictures and all that. I'm like, look at this fool. But come the weekend, straight borlote, homie. Say this madre. Hopping the ramp like with the bags and just taking off, you know.
Representing.
That's crazy,
That's representing.
I know I always say this story, but the guy's crazy. How Fred, he was crazy. Hey, dog, one day we did this fundraiser, right? And it was so packed, and he shoved his car in there, and I'm like, man, like, okay, then, and it was 1 something in the morning. Now, the party was already over like around 11:30 at night. We kicked everybody out. We literally like, hey, Holmes, you got to go, dog. And they end up leaving. But we left him because he was in the grass area. We picked everything up. We cleaned the whole church. And this is a church facility.
Oh, okay.
And that vato stood there in the grass drinking like vida loca, like, hey, Rob, hey, big dog, hate to tell you this, dog, but the church is closing now, homie. I go, we could tow your car, and
Get you
and
home.
he was by himself bumping the music like in his own world. And you know why I like that, Rose? Mm-hmm. Because he knows where he's at. He knows his struggles. He knows what he's been facing. He knows his ups and downs. Yet he's trying to delude his mind from reality, from the working of the weekend. And around that time, he was almost moving out and all these things that he was going through. And he was by himself in the car. Everybody left. It was dark. And like, hey, big dog, I could help you out. We could, like, nah, man, miss me with that, Holmes. I got this, Holmes. I got this. But I got to go. Like, yeah, dog. All right. Down in his pistol and just started up the line. And he took off on the freeway and the pipa's rolling hard, And he was the last one there. But, I never kick out people like that out of the church just a la brava. Because I know times the closest that you could get to God is the church facility, the people around it, because a lot of times you don't want to go and step inside.
True.
You already been through so much with them gente. They said the Christians are the first one to kill their wounded, homie. And it's the truth. The most people that ever talked about me were Christians in the church. Most of the people that done me wrong, the people in the church, But yet that there's a God.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just here. I'm having my peace with you, dispensa. Let me just enjoy this. And, if this is the only time I get to talk to you under the influence to open up, let me just do it. Because he never turned away a sinner. He never turned nobody away like that, Mm-hmm. In fact, when he would go inside, he would fight with the Pharisees and cast out the demons inside,
Yep.
But sometimes you got to be the church.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to be the representation of God, because that's the closest that you're going to get to God like that, And as he jumped in the ramfla, I felt for him.
Yeah.
Like, man, you know, everybody left to go party, but yet he stood there by himself for a few hours.
Wow.
By himself. You know, and that stuff like that, I know that he was going through something.
Had to. I mean, he could have left anytime he wanted to, but he kicked back. He was there. He knew he was close to God.
Yeah, and he was just there. I go, hey, Kana, you gotta go, homie. He goes, all right. Serio? I'm like, yeah, dog, Spencer, homie, thank you for coming. But I could help you out and we could get the AAA and we're gonna like, nah, I'm straight, homie. He cranked his ramfla hard, like, I was here, and now you hear the people on the freeway,
Wow.
And I'm like, damn, And as he drove away, I'll never forget. I'm like, man, that was his only time with God at that time, I don't know what he was going through. And then the pastor turned around and he gave me a check. I go, what's this for, homie? He goes, for your work. I go, this is a fundraiser, fool. Just got to go to the people, dog, to your cousins. And he's like, nah, it's for you, for your hard work. And, and the next day I called up the vato and I said, here's a check, Holmes, and do me a favor. Go tell your cousin, the pastor, to sign over rewrite you the check because he's going to drop you off the rest of the feria because I heard there's money. And he got mad. He called me up and he's all like, hey, why did you give him the check that I gave you? I go, homie, you didn't forget, Holmes. You going after the money and the fame. I go after the heart, homie.
There you go.
That's true.
The vato told me, you know how much we made, dog? It's none of my business. Years later when I bumped into him, with your finance, with all that, what we did, what you guys did at that show, it covered all the funeral expenses. I said, well, it's none of my business. I'll never forget it. That's why, like, with Pipas, with Robert, I hold him different. I look at him different. He reminds me of me. When I was just like, just leave me alone. Let me be by myself.
Yeah, you do. You want peace of mind. You
Because,
just wanna be.
Rose, I know you don't know this, Alfred. I've told you this before, dog. When I was out the last time and I beat my life sentence, I would do this, Rose. I would be like this. Give me my freedom, and I promise that I'll go to a facility and tell you thank you for me being out. And I would be under the influence of alcohol, PCP, Yeska, coked out at times, and I would do every Sunday. I'll tell the homeboy, pull over, homie. What's up, man? Hey, this is the church here. Exactly, and I'll be all bad. I'll be high, homie. Higher than a kite, homie. I'll walk in, and especially on the black churches, I would open the door, and I'll be so high, Rose. Just blow. One time I was under the influence of PCP, I ain't gonna lie. And I just looked around, and I hit my knee, and I said, gracias. And I walked out, and the deacons got me. Hey, bro, you all right? Hey. Of course I'm all right, homie. And I would jump in the ramfla and take off.
Yeah.
Every Sunday. And then one Sunday I failed. And it was around 11:45. I said, damn, I woke up and I gotta go. Hey, where you going, homie? Arato, and I just took off and I went to this Catholic church and I grabbed the door and it was before midnight. I said, hey, homie, I kept my word, and I hit the knee and I held the door handle. Gracias. And I take off. I would never sit there and listen to the sermon. That wasn't me. I just had to keep my word. If he got me out that time, so I would go in there. Hi, homie, hi, and gracias. Hit the knee. Thank you. And take off, right?
But regardless, I mean, you still did what you said you were going to do.
So, before I got busted, I'm like, hey, check this out, man. I don't believe in you like that. I ain't all a holy roller, Bible thumper. I'm none of that. But I feel like I'm going to get busted. I need a little help here, you know? And help me out. He sure did help me out. He put me away for a few more years.
But you know what? I understand that, but you know what? He saved your life.
He did. That's mandatory. Oh,
saved
man,
your
I will
life.
always say he saved my life. He did. It was politics, this my madre, this papaya. It was just mayhem in the streets. And he saved my life, you know? So when I seen peepas like that, it reminded me just like that. Like spending time and just being there, you know? Like, so what if I'm getting drunk? So what? Hey, I'm here, I'm outside. I'm not inside. I'm outside, you know? And they remind me so much of me at those times, you know? That's why I got a lot of respect for that vato, you know?
Yep. Anthony Bravo says, Rockin Chicano, when are you going to build your ranfla, carnal?
Oh.
Oof.
I'm not. I can't, dog. I built the Troca Loca, but I can't, dog, because I don't want it to distract me from what I need to do, dog. I love all the vehicles, but if I had a chance, it would have to be something different. But I'm just too busy, homie. You know, I don't want to concentrate on a car. I rather love cars like Peepa's Suburban. I love it, Suburban. And trust me, dog, anytime, any place that I see a firme ranfla, I'll ask for a ride to go for a cruise, and they'll give it to me, dog. They'll take me on a cruise. I know they will, but I can't, dog. I don't want it to distract me from what I'm doing. I love what I do. You know, I'm feed, man. I'm cool with it. But Pipa says, I hope you and Rose can come out October 18th. Oh, we're going to be there, fool. We're going there.
See you there.
We'll be there, homie. And when this ain't going to be no church facility that I know of, you know. But I'll be there, church facility or not, you know. But is that crazy, Rose, or what?
Yeah.
Alfred?
That's wild, man. That
Be
is
all
wild.
pedoed, all drunk, and holding on to the door, and hey, gracias, you know?
Yep.
And then I'm like, hey, I feel like I'm getting busted. Can you help out a brother out?
Sure did.
Sure did. Put me away for another 4 or 5 years, you know? Like, hey, come here, stupid. Get
He
back in
saved
there.
your life.
He saved my
He
life.
saved your life, you know.
He saved my life.
Yep.
Even though he put you away, but he strained you out.
Yeah.
Get off of it.
It was something hard, you know what I mean? And, I couldn't run from it, you know? That's Anthony Bravo. That's the way the Lord works. Consider Paul the apostle. That's right.
Yeah.
Gracias means a lot to me, Robert. Oh, that's right. Of course, Robert, you and your whole family, your dad, your mom, everybody, good people, dog. They're good people, you know. Good to have some gente like that, Holmes, you know. You meet some interesting people.
Yeah, you do. But you know what? Through all this, I've met a lot of good people.
You have,
I have reaching out all the time to me, just checking in, make sure I'm doing good. Just
yeah.
I've been blessed in that way, you know, meeting different people.
Open up some doors, and you get a lot of support, and a lot of times I don't remember people. They got to remind me. I like, I go, hey, what's up, homie? Regardless, I treat them with love and respect. I don't sit there and try to be all chingon and all.
That's what I'm talking about.
Throw that crap
That's
out.
not me. I mean, hey, you see me, I'll be sitting down eating that. Somebody's like, I'll take a picture, I want to talk. I'll get up and speak to them, It's like, wait, I'll eat after. And, they came out their way to speak to me. So, you know what?
Yeah. I would say, hey, can we take a picture with you, Rose?
Yeah.
Can we take a picture? And like, yeah, let me film it too,
Yeah.
But tomorrow we got to work, huh?
Yes.
Golly, bro.
Mira loca. I need to do a film. We haven't done a film, in a week and a half?
Yeah.
We
But then
gotta-
again, too, I mean, hey, because Saturday, check it out. We're going to be doing a lot of filming there.
Yeah, it's going to be
Saturday's
this
gonna be-
madres. We're going to be out there in the desert, homie. Shout. I don't think it's going to be too hot.
I
you
hope
know?
not.
I think it'll be good,
Yep.
We're blessed. We're blessed. What other topic before we hang up, homie?
Hey, before we hang up, everyone, help us out. I know some of you are on the YouTube Yarda, and I know some of you are listening from the Facebook page, but you guys know that we're growing up this channel here on YouTube. So please help us out and hit share. Subscribe, because that's the only way you will get notified to be here online. I know some of the folks in Facebook, sometimes, if you guys want to join on every Monday to the YouTube Yard, that help us out, because we're trying to grow this channel, right? We're trying to build it, because at the end, YouTube is where it's at, and no disrespect to Facebook, but we gotta grow.
I went live, you guys, on TikTok.
How was that?
Man, homie.
I heard that you say the wrong things and they just block you for some reason. What's up? You can't say certain things. What's up?
It's something new, I guess they're coming out with.
Yeah, you can't say the word "cohete" in Spanish. I mean, in English.
Golly.
What you have in your hand and you pulled it.
Yeah.
You can't say that. You can't say muerte in English. You can't say a lot of things. They tell me as I'm going, I could read some of the comments, but I hit 1,100 live viewers.
That's great,
I
man.
caught up to you, Rose.
Really?
But no, Rose, she pulled. Rose,
You guys should do collab. You guys should work collabs.
No, there's no way, dog. She's about 300 and something thousand followers, right?
Well,
Rose?
what you do, you guys build each other.
4.
Yeah.
How much? You almost at the 4?
Yeah.
She has like almost 400,000 followers. I only got like 25,000, but she pulls in the 1,000 live.
400,000.
358,000. Let me see.
Okay.
And 6.1 million likes.
Wow.
Golly. That's a lot of holly, homie.
It's a lot of work.
That's a lot of holly. So, but her lives will go 1,000 like nothing at that moment. You know? And when you hang up, it'll be like 40,000 views. Like, damn, I can't be. This one that I did, 1,100, I only had 28,000 viewers. And I was like, man, but this is my first time on TikTok.
But see, there you go.
But it's getting up there little by little, And then as soon as I let it go, I'm like, I missed some feria, probably. Ahora le firme. I'll be like a TikToker. And I look at it, it was like 38 cents. Congratulations.
You made 38 cents.
I was like, wait a minute. This is not right, homie. Should have been at least 3 bolas for that, dog. All that walking and showing. It's not fair, homie. All those hearts that they threw out, or the little desmadre that what are those little?
Are they coins? What is it? What is it? Are they? I seen those. I seen that they're giving you credits. No, is it some sort of credits?
Coins.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what do you use that coins for, though?
You could cash them out.
Oh, cash them out. How much? Well, let's say what is the value? So a coin, what is it? A coin for how many cents?
I don't know. So many different ones.
Oh, okay. So based on the account. Hey, shout out to Santa Marquez, who just joined on YouTube. Thank you, Santa Marquez. Hey, listen, go ahead and hit subscribe. Don't forget, when you hit subscribe, you get notified when we go live.
Yeah.
Wow. So,
but they send out all the little coins and all that. And I'm like, I want to be like Rosie, getting paid in full, homie. It's all about the Benjamins. Nah.
But it's not all about the money on TikTok and that. I like it. All my followers and that, playing catch up with them. Ask me questions, I'll ask them.
So what would be what would be one of the most when you do have these conversations on TikTok, Rose? What are the things that they most ask you about? Well, because I've heard that TikTok has a lot of young people, and a lot of young people that are intrigued with the culture and with the cultura. So I'm just thinking, will that be what would be one of the questions that they ask? Because again, they're young people, so they want to know. Not only, hey, why did you choose the the Cowboys, or for example.
Yeah.
Well, what's one of them, Rose? Where you from, right?
No, not really too
Like, what
much.
city you from, right?
Yeah, sometimes, but most is like playing catch up, about my son's case.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I get a lot of that, or they'll let me know what they're going through and how would I go about it now. And where do I get my clothes?
Let me ask you this question, Rose. This is a heavy question.
Golly, get ready.
How, and I see this because I'm recording. You know, I don't like it because I know it's gonna go into a path that we've all been there. Because I had a son that got murdered too. You know.
Yeah.
How do you feel right away when somebody approaches? Okay, this is the scenario. Let me paint the scenario. We're walking. I'm about to record. I'll have the camera over me, and Rose is walking with her drink, her Diet Coke or whatever, and she's having a good time. And like she's walking, she's strolling. And let me tell you guys, when we go out there, it's entertainment. It's work. It's not to have a good time. It's work. Right, Rose?
So true.
So her mentality at that time is to be focused onto the camera because we got to catch that one video that's going to hit over 1 million views. And that's worth some little feria. So she's in her mindset. And what I see her, she'll have her soda and she'll be walking. And sometimes we'll joke around, like get her loose, comfortable. Because the more loose and comfortable that you have, the better team that you have.
That's true.
Because
That's so
we
true.
trust each other. We have the guard down. We protect one another.
Yeah.
But this is the scenario. We'll be walking. I'll be having the camera. And right away, oh, my God, it's Rose. Oh, and she has to, like, put her chest, shoulder up, look up. What are we encountering? Because a lot of times they get excited, you know? I follow you. Oh, my God. Just like that. Just like that. Even more. Even more. Now, I have to be ready with the camera. I have to be ready with the people around who's coming, who's going. I have to set it up. I have to tell my son to be ready. And she has to be quick to observe what's taking place. And she tells my son or whoever's there, get on the side. Because I know that they're going to ask for a picture most of the time. So I have to be ready. So I'm explaining to you guys the picture, okay, the scenario. Now, there'll be some times, you guys, that they'll come up and they'll grab her hand, right? Rose, I feel your pain. Then her whole demeanor in her face, homie, changes, dog. From planning to narrowing down to that person. How do you go about that, Rose?
You weren't kidding about the question, brother.
I mean, at the moment, it's like, it shocks me and that. It's still really hard for me to talk about my son.
When it narrows down, Rose, it narrows down to that nitty gritty, and you focus on that person because that person is opening up about their murder case with their
Yes.
kids.
Yes, and that breaks my heart because, you know what, listening to them and that, you know, what they've been through, I know that pain. I know that emptiness, that hurt that they're going through because I know I'm going through it. And
Right.
it's just hard.
And they cutting you off, Rose. I'm explaining this to the gente from the outside looking in. I'm breaking everything down because I get to see this all the time. And there's not one day that we don't go out that somebody does that to her.
Yeah.
And she just puts everything on hold and she focuses on that person. You know, and I'm like, damn, you know?
That's tough.
And most of the time they wouldn't even ask for a picture.
Yeah, they want.
They'll be like,
talking to me. You know,
yeah,
telling
like,
me,
yeah, I feel your pain because I've been through it, you know?
God, you can hear it in their voice, in their eyes, what they're going through, because I know that's what I was going through and still going through. You know, I have my days, and then when people come up to me and tell me, you know, they're sorry about my son's lost or whatever it is, and then they'll tell me, hey, my brother, my sister, my husband, that they're going through the same thing that, you know, what I'm going through. It's hard, but then I know I had to get back and focus, and not Anthony gets me right back, and it's like, You know, with my mind could not. My mind wanders.
It always happens, you guys, and just the way I paint it to you guys, that's exactly how it happens. And then next, she's back into that position of entertainment, and I we throw Torica's conversation to get her focus into the where she was at, because it throws her off a little bit, and but then right away she gets back into her scene. All right, Rose, let's go do this. All right, Rose, let's go do that, and right away, if somebody were to come up again, then let's take a picture. All right, come on, you guys. And then I know when she puts the order of the people the way let's set up, then that tells me that she's back on track, But when I go home, I think about all these things, like, man, how hard it would be to be reminded of why she started all this to begin with, of how she was able to try to push for justice for her son and all that. And it's like, oh, man. And then people will throw that at her on through the Instagram or whatever the case might be. Oh, I thought you were mourning for your son. And, like right away they want to contradict everything what you're doing and what you're focusing on, and throw all this, oh, she was mourning, she shouldn't be doing that. Like, shoulda, coulda, woulda, homie,
Everybody mourns different. Mine's just trying to stay focused on my heart with God, that He's going to bring me the justice. And I ain't gave up, and I won't give up for justice for my son. A lot of people, too, they'll come and says, oh, about a fundraiser that I had. The fundraiser I didn't have. My daughter did that. I didn't ask for money or anything. I got what I get to help my son, my dad, and my husband.
Yeah.
And it's just hateful people. But you know what? It keeps me pushing. It ain't going to bring me down. And I am still fighting for the justice. I ain't stopped. I haven't put it out there because I'm not supposed to be putting things what the private investigator is telling us. So, everybody, I'm still fighting for the justice for my son. And if I can help anybody else, what they're going through, I'm there for you.
Right on.
That's the truth. And you're gonna get those haters. Oh, shoulda, coulda, woulda. You done this, done that. Shut up. You're not in our shoes. You ain't there. You might have it easier. You might have it different. But we're no one to judge.
That's right.
And if you did lose a son or whatever, then hey, you know what? May there be their justice like the way we're seeking it, like the way she's seeking it. So it's her business. She's dealing with it. You ain't got to deal with it. Don't trip on it. You ain't got nothing else to say, then hey, keep on stepping on me.
And I ain't asking for money or begging.
Hey, talking about seeing you in the streets, Michelle Vivero says, it was good seeing you and Rose in Pomona.
Oh, thank you. It was really nice out there, and I know it's going to be once a month. It's going to be out there once a month, so I will be coming up again.
Hey, it just hit me. I'm a little slow, dispensa.
You barely realize?
You don't ask for money.
No.
Don't ask for money.
I never thought about it because it never comes up.
I don't ask. You know what? If I got a good job, whatever I have to do, sell my vehicles, whatever, you know what? It's all materials. I didn't come with this stuff. And if it's for something that I needed to do, I sold everything. And I didn't care. I wasn't going to beg out there. And people saying that I did a fundraiser. No, my daughter in the community of Reno, Nevada did a fundraiser, and I appreciate them doing that for my son. But as for my husband and for my dad, no, we did that, the family.
That's right.
That's right.
That's the truth. You know what, Alfred? I just barely caught that. She's never asked for feria.
I don't.
Never.
She never came to me, hey, Rockin Chicano, let's do this. And she hasn't.
I mean,
I didn't even, we're so busy working
yeah, but
that it
you
never
know what?
crossed my mind, and that she's not like that.
No, I mean,
So-
they did that one in Montebello Park for me, and that I was appreciative of that. I wasn't even supposed to be down here because I came down here. I was in Reno. I came down friends of mine and that they did a fundraiser there, which I wasn't aware of. I had to fly down here because my dad had passed. I went to the park, told everybody thank you, Nat, and I flew back to Reno.
But you're blessed.
Yes.
Ready to go film, homie?
Ready to go to work. Yeah.
Hey, are
Ready
we
to go to
gonna
work.
for some midget?
Midget strippers.
Midget strippers.
I always tell her that.
He does.
Midget strippers.
Jeez. I like joking around. It's cool. I just, there's so much things and going on in life that you gotta crack a joke, bust a smile, and be all right.
Can't be serious all the
Can't be
time.
serious. And then when we're there, Rose is like, you guys don't know, you guys. I'm being honest. Like dressing up and being all like this and like, right, Rose? And like, we gotta get ready. We gotta go do this. We gotta go shoot. And like,
That's how it is.
she'll be like, no, Anthony, I'm relaxed now. Everything is off already. I'm just like, okay, then.
Chill.
I guess you don't want to film, then screw it. You know what I mean? Like, but see, I gotta
It's on the
be-
books.
I have to understand that, like you, Rose,
Yeah.
get everything ready, get the film ready, get out. You have to be prepared. Where we're gonna go? What are we gonna write? What are we gonna sit there and talk about? What are we gonna do this? What's this reel about? And what do you want me to wear? Like
Yeah.
what's the scenario? What's the background? What is there cars there? Is it gonna be women? What is it, Anthony? Like it's like this, Rose. Just come like this. Have 2 sets of clothing. We gotta have to do this and. Like, and then we're there, you guys, and like, I gotta set up the lighting, I gotta do this, and I'm like, oh man,
He does all the work.
and I'm sitting on, and then all of a sudden I'm so frustrated. Come on, man, let's just do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, action.
And if he starts counting backwards, you better be on board.
Yeah, like,
Yep.
oh man, and we get everything ready. No, we need another shot. I go, come on, Rose, we need another shot, and then we gotta get the film ready, and you gotta. And people are looking at us like a bunch of idiots, you know what I mean? Why do they do the same thing over and over? Because you want that perfect shot,
True.
We'll shoot about 5, 6, 7 times, and okay, we're good. Then that's feed man. Then we're done. We'll go get something to eat. We're feed man. Just make sure that the clothes don't get stained. We're good to go. Drop her off. Come back. Okay, we're feed man. Okay, Anthony, I got all these connections. So it's like, after I'm done, homie, she'll hit me with everything. This is my connection. This is the hookup. This is what we got. This is like, damn, okay, wait up. Let me try to sort it out. Then we'll go home and like, what's up, Rose? You okay? Yeah, I'm already chilling. I'm relaxing now,
Hey, but what I want to do is film on the truck. Your truck, me and Daniel.
Troca loca?
Yeah, that would be man.
That one. But we had to do it like by the beach, something with the lights, you have your lights and everything, the music.
I think we got to put the reel on the screen
Yes.
so it'll be constantly playing what we're going to do. And I'm sorry we haven't done it, Rose, but I have to get ready for that because it's taking care of the truck, taking care of the filming,
Oh,
and
yeah.
taking care of the acting.
That's
You know, and then when we're done, you guys, I'll go home. We already ate. We're good. We're relaxed. The clothes is off. She's doing her things at her house. She's relaxing now. I'm relaxing now. And then all of a sudden, I put the music on and start editing.
Oh man.
Editing takes about 5 hours.
Hey, but check it out. Let's go up to the desk and write the bikes.
There you go.
Can you hang, homie?
Oh, I can hang.
Can you hang?
I can ride.
Or you
Can
take
you
the
ride?
bikes and then you do the editing, Anthony.
Can
While we
you
do that.
can you hang?
That's
Yes.
right.
You can't hang, homie.
Oh, yes.
Hey, we're gonna take you mud riding, homie.
Ooh.
So I took
You haven't
Chingo-
seen the pictures, huh? Or the videos, no?
I took Chingo in the magazine mud riding, and he's all full of mud, right? Mm-hmm. Right? He's all full of mud. I don't think I've ever put it up there. He's full of Spencer. I'm already spitting, full of mud everywhere, literally, right? And he has his glasses on,
Regular.
and he's all like, "Oh man, gee, it was good," and he's wiping his mud on his glasses and he goes, "Oh man, I'm just," like.
They're all back muddy, huh?
But it's pretty feed, man. We go to this place out there in the desert. It's pretty feed, man. But I would love to take you guys out.
That's fine,
there,
man.
We need to.
Yeah.
I need
That's
to get
therapy.
away.
I'm not
Therapy.
scared
That's
to get
therapy right
dirty.
there.
Yeah, it is. It's just like the ocean, I want to spend time in that, I go to the ocean. Just
That's therapy.
Yes, or get on the back of a Harley.
Yeah.
That air hitting you and that it relaxes my mind too.
Miguel Saucedo, can I get a shout out? Shout out to Miguel, homie. What's up, carnal?
That's
Shout
right.
out to everybody. Shout out to everybody who's watching on Facebook. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. If you got out of Holly, what George says, love all your videos, homies. Was wondering if I could get a autographed bandana from y'all. Oh, heck yeah, homie, no hay pedo, no. Just be firme. Saludos to all you guys that always tuned in, share the videos, getting off of Holly, and thank you guys, I never forget nobody, I try not to forget, all the hint that's been there for us. And, life does go on, and sometimes we meet fans and sometimes they go on and do their thing, and we wish everybody the best, and we want you guys to succeed better than us. Bigger business, bigger whatever is there for you in life to be big, make it big. Career,
Follow your
whatever
dream.
whatever career you have, may God bless you 1,000-fold, because we want you to be successful. It's not about us, it's not, we're not here in YouTube and all that and talking about all of this papaya that's taking place of who, what, when, where. Did you know about this rapper this? Did you know about the indictments and all that? We don't care, homie. No disrespect to nobody. We ain't here talking about other men like that, and try to earn all the viewers by the comadrismo and all the cheese men, all that. Man,
It's about supporting one another,
dejan,
not going against one another.
right? Dejan ese pedo pa las viejas, homie.
That's true. That's
Las
true.
comadres, homie. I trip out on a lot of times that how the YouTubers could be like that, And what hits me is like, I think they were a little too close to their mom and their tías. That maña stuck to them. Déjame decirte, no
Let me
fue
tell you.
Doña Tencha para allá y les digo, and that's how the YouTuber is, like, let me tell you, es vato this, es vato that. Like, damn, homie, I think you hanged around with your tía and your jefitas too much. Should have been with your pops, your cousins and them, dog, But, hey, if that's the way they make their living, then, hey, go over there and say all the fairy tales you want and go talk about other men. No hay pedo, homie, Much love and respects from Burke 505. Roseanne, what's up? What's up, Anthony and Rosie? Rick. Oh, what's up, Rick? How you been, dog? George, I'm Cherokee, but was born and raised in the barrio in Anaheim, Orange County. That's where we're at,
Right.
George.
Yeah.
That's where we're at right now, Orange County. Right now, you can hear the fireworks, dog. God is what saved me from Old South, homie. That's right. Lisa, what's up, man? Everybody tuning in. Who else is on here on Facebook? Give a shout out, you guys on Facebook. Give a shout out in YouTube.
The
man.
YouTube yarda.
The YouTube yarda, where we come out here and talk about other men, homie.
Oh my!
Serio, they talk about other men. What the heck, dog? What's wrong with you, fool? They want to talk about Politica level 10 and I trip out, like, how can you do that, dog? How can you talk about other men? Like, hey, come and get at me, dog. You got something to say? Call me up, dog. I ain't tripping, dog. I don't worry about that. Margie Martinez, what's up? Anna, what's up? Dulce, Elizabeth, what's up? Robert Guzman, what's up? Who else is on here? I could see the little circles. I see who's on there. I could see the stalkers, homie. Shout outs to Anaheim Victory Outreach Church. Much love and respect. Always stay blessed. To all the vatos in Victory Outreach in the men's home, homie. Remember, collect your GR and turn it in, homie, and we're going to work you like a dog.
That's right.
That ain't right out. That ain't
No,
right out.
that's not.
Work you like a perro. But let me tell you guys something.
Yeah. Humbles you.
It humbles you.
Mm-hmm.
It humbles you, homie.
That's true.
When they had me out there selling chocolates and all that,
Yeah.
dog, man, I'm a dope dealer. I'm on parole, homie. You don't know me like that. Hey, you want to buy a chocolate?
Yeah. You're buying the chocolate, homie.
Rose Walker, that was my mom's name. Dencia, Native American from Arizona, Yaqui and Mojave Nation. That's right. If you guys don't know, Yaqui was the last tribe to be acknowledged as native. Ere Yaqui. That's right. Much love and respects to your jefita, homie. If she's resting in peace, may God be with her. And thank you, Rose, for tuning in. Yolanda, good watching you live. What's up, man? What up? Anna Garcia, it's called Earn Your Keep. That's right, Anna. That's right, homie. Everybody on here, what's up, man? Hey, stalkers, come on, homie. Come on, say something, homie. Say something.
Hey, shout out to Anna, man. I haven't heard from Anna. Anna, welcome back.
We sponsored her, I think.
Yeah, Anna
I think
Garcia,
we did.
man.
It's one of these days that they're going to be having their show. You
Pretty
know?
soon. It's coming up.
Hey,
Yeah.
okay. What's up? Can I get a shout out? Oh, we got that, right?
Yeah.
What up, Jade Duckworth?
Jay Ruther, what's up?
What's up, you guys? Who else? Carol, what's up, Carol? How you been? Carol's tuning in. Irene's tuning in. Virginia, Madrid. Hello, both of you. God bless. That's right. Oh, Ana Secubo. That's right, you guys. Hey, man, it's a blessing to be here,
We're
man.
getting hearts.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Bring
getting
out the hearts.
homie.
Bring on the hearts.
What's up, homie? That's for you, Doc, because you're single, homie. She is single, ready to mingle. She's out there, homie, tirando chanclas. So if you want to, you know what I mean? Come and get at the manager first so you can get the number, homie. They've asked me for your number. You know that, right? They've asked me for your number.
I'm good.
But you know what I tell them? How much you make, homie? How much money you got, dog? What's up, homie? You're what? You're in GR, homie? Oh, God, no, you can't get it. No, dog. Ain't no play there, homie.
No wiggle room there.
And he's like this, watching, scratching his roll, trying like, hey, homie, look, I've been watching you out this for a long time. Rosie, you feed me the way she dances. I used to dance like that, homie, but I'm missing a leg now, homie. This pants are down. But check this out, homes. On my next GR check, homes, I'll make sure, homie, I'll hook you up with those midget strippers, homie. You know, you'll be all right, Anthony. But hook me up with Rose.
No.
Oh, man. That's hilarious, man.
Robert. Okay, Juanito. Oh, what's up, Juanito? From Australia. What's up, Juanito? Hey, what's up, mate? Hey, he came to the pad speaking all Australian. And I went like this to him. And like, hey, no, homie, don't talk like that, dog. It hurts my ear, dog. I don't. Just like watching a black man speak British. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm not used to that, dog, you know? Robert, shout outs to all the real OGs that keep it real at the centerfish being swamped. What's up, Robert? Jennifer Cubel. Yeah, that's true, right?
Yeah.
That's true. Like when the author was talking like that from Australia, like, hey Holmes, and he's all like he's all rasa. You know? I wasn't used to, you know what I mean?
The British. Yeah.
Him speaking like that, all from Australia. That's like when you see a Moreno and he has that British accent.
Mm-hmm.
You just look at him like, the hell no?
Yeah.
You know, you bloody liar. I don't get it, dog. Shout outs from Sacra. Oh, what's up, Sacramento in the house, man? Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. I think that wraps up today's episode. Vida Loca Tuesdays, homie. And we're about to bounce, dog. I'm about to take off. And then the fireworks are going to start right now. So if you're trying to get at Rose, homie, get at me, dog. You know
Call her
what I
at 562. No, I'm kidding. Draws. Nope.
mean? Trying to get at Rose. She's still single, homie. If you got a female around, like got some feria, what's up, homie?
But don't forget, Saturday, June the 26th.
26 out
No,
there.
28.
28.
28
And
in Victorville.
you
Victorville.
guys.
It's going to be off the hook.
back in the day.
Back
You
in the
know,
days.
It's gonna be on and cracking.
We
We're
will
gonna see
be
you
there.
guys out there, and we're gonna be filming. If you guys see us, approach us, say Cubo. Don't be a stranger. Say, hey, what's up, man? You know what I mean? And shake the hand, give the advice, homie. You know, and we'll be filming. We'll be straight, right, Rose?
Oh yeah.
Alfred, end up with the scripture, carnalito.
Yes,
de
brother. Hey,
Islam,
hey,
homie.
yeah, we're talking about. Hey, remember we're talking about serving others, man. The Bible talks about in 1 Peter chapter 4:10. It says, "Each of you should use whatever gift you have to receive to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in various forms." Hey, man, God is so clear, man. Your gifts should be lifted up to so you can lift up others. So remember, if you have these great gifts, make sure you use it for the well-being of others. Don't be stingy. Don't hold on to the gifts, because at the end of the day, God gave you these gifts so you can uplift one another, pray for one another, and also oversee the needs of one another. So remember, all the time, if you are blessed and you have a little bit and you're seeing the brother next to you struggling, help him out. You know what I mean? I like it when we're talking real with one another, but at the end, when we're looking at the situation, we cannot hit a blind eye and not allow, the blessings that we're getting, we can't share with the other people, man. So make sure you stand firm on God's truth, the Bible truth, and also when you're blessed, make sure you bless one another. All right?
That's right. That's right. I like that. You know?
Amen.
Easy and straight to the point.
And I said, now blow your shofar.
Doo-hoo! I want.
That's right. All right, pues, Raza. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for Facebook tuning in. Thank you guys, and keep on pushing, man. And remember, love each other like homeboy said, dog. You know? And we'll see you out there in the calles. RockinChicano.com. This is Anthony, Homegirl Rose, Alfred. Thank you, Alfred, for always opening up the door for us.
God bless you guys, man. Anytime. This is your
I'll
home.
see you vatos a ratos.
Much love and respect.